that front line is at the moment a problem for Arsenal. Like the fact that Arsenal is the only team to not have a top scorer in the top 15, top 20 scorers in the Premier League. That's a worry. And not because I think the players are incapable, but I think there's something not working with that front line that your top scorer is on 5 goals for the Premier League. And that's Gyokeres and Trossard. They both at 5 goals. Saka and Rice at 4 goals. Like, that's too low for this tournament season. Like, all of these guys have played about 20 games or close to 20 games. You want to be scoring a little bit more, from your front line players. And it's worrisome that's the case. But there's time to figure it out. It's nice to figure it out from a position of winning, from a position of we're top of the league, but figure it out they must. And maybe you play Eze as your striker at this point. And maybe that's the other shot. You don't move Saka to the middle. You don't move Madueke. You just stick Eze in there as your false nine. And that's how you get Eze and Odegaard in the team. Because at this point, like, I don't understand, like, the persistence with Gyokeres. I really don't. I think Gyokeres will benefit from a spell like Eze has just had. Eze has had to wait for 4 games in the Premier League to even get a kick from like the 78th minute in this last game. I think a little bit of that for Gyokeres is now in order. It is. It's nothing personal. It's nothing against the player's effort. I think the player is trying his best, but he needs help from the coaching team. And at this point, the more games he plays from the start, that it costs the team, then the management team has to look at themselves. Like, you can't persist with this guy, not beyond what we've seen here. He is not finding any joy. He's not finding any joy. I think in this game, he had like 8 touches or something like that. And you don't need your striker to be a high touch striker. But when he's not scoring goals and not like doing anything to affect games in the opposition's defensive box, you need him to be a bit more involved in the game. And his involvement is too off ball for my liking. And I'm sorry to make this the Gyokeres rant podcast, but something needs to be said about this at this point. And Arteta, I know he has the answers for almost everything, but this one, he has to figure out something very soon.